Now, the first step is you have to decide how much of your income, no matter how small it is, are you going to put away in order to invest. It really all starts with a decision, whether you're getting $50 a week pocket money, whether you have a little, you're 17 or 18 when you have a little side gig, maybe you have a part-time job, whatever it is, decide how much of your income you're going to put away. Now, you might be making $50 a week right now because your parents are giving you $50 a week in pocket money. And you might go, if I put $10 away every single week, that's really not going to move the needle that much. You're right. But what happens when you get to a point where you're making $5,000 a week? So it's the first step here is decide how much money are you going to put away and invest. And think about it, not so much in terms of the amount of money, but in terms of percentage term of everything that you receive. And my second piece of investment advice specifically for teenagers is find a way to have that money away from you. So what you can do is you can tell your parents, hey, I want to be serious about investing because today it might be a small amount, but in my early 20s or even my mid 20s, this could be a very large sum of money. So I just want to get used to it and I want to train myself. When I give you money to put away into my investments, can you make sure that I don't take it out? Can you make sure that I don't touch it? Now, my third piece of investing advice for teenagers is get a credit card as soon as you can and just spend a little bit on it every single month. Credit cards have so many benefits. And me personally, I wish I'd learned these benefits a long time ago. For me personally, I was just about to turn 20 when I started using credit cards. And bear in mind, at the age of 18, I was making anywhere from $100,000 to $200,000 a month profit. So, I was used to making a lot of money, but I was just using debit cards for everything, which was foolish, Wasn't building up my credit score, wasn't getting, the myriad of different benefits that you get from credit cards, like for example, pretty much free travel, just from the amount of money that I spend on the business. Now, the fourth thing I want you to do is actually set up the infrastructure in order to invest. And here's what I mean by this. For the longest time, I didn't really start investing until I was 19, which was a big mistake. Trust me, I would probably have a lot more than that $10 million right now if I had invested much sooner. So one of the reasons that I didn't was because investing seemed like this sort of scary world to me, right? I didn't know how to set up a brokerage account. Even some of the crypto platforms back in 2017, 2018 were a little just complicated to figure out in terms of, wiring your money and this and that. So what I want you to do, and, in the year 2022, there are so many things that make it so easy to invest, simple things like Robinhood or Webull. It's very easy to take money and invest it, whether that be into stocks, whether that be into crypto, whether that be, NFTs, even real estate. The fifth piece of advice that I could give you is investments are great, but you need to understand that investments are not there to really make you rich. They're more there to preserve your wealth and to give you stability and security, for many years and decades to come. What you need to do, the fifth thing you need to focus on, is start a business or start some sort of freelance side gig. Whatever it is, you need to get your income up. If you're starting off with a little amount of money, you will not invest your way to riches. Still follow all of these principles here. The big one is this fifth one, which is, I said, start a business or some sort of freelance gig. Step number 6 is live below your means. Now, I know there's been a lot of people who could look at my life and, they'll see videos where I'll go shop at the mall for 2 hours and spend $20,000, or I'll buy expensive watches. Well, watches are investments for me. But I don't know, I spend money, I enjoy my life, etc., etc. For me personally, I live off of anywhere from 10 to 15% of what I earn. If you guys have seen my breakdown of 2021, sort of a year in review video, as all you guys may know, I made over $10 million in 2021. I don't believe in living below your means in the sense that, I see a lot of these multi-millionaire people, and they're just live very frugally and they won't buy coffee and this. I personally just think that's stupid, right? This life, you only have one of this life. If you are being responsible and you're only spending 10, 15, 20, even 30% of your income, and you make a lot of money, who cares? If you're investing the rest of the money, you're protecting your future. And step number 7 is you want to increase your percentage of your income that you invest, okay? So once you start getting to a point where you're making more and more income, every year you should try to have your, the percentage of your income that is going towards your investment grow and grow and grow. And the last step, and this is really where you achieve the truest sense of freedom, is only live off of what your investment portfolio yields you. So let's say that you have an investment portfolio. Let's say you're 25 years old and you followed all these steps. And let's say you follow these steps and, you're 14, let's say you're 17, maybe even you're 19 years old and you follow these steps and you have an investment portfolio of $2 million. And if that sounds crazy, trust me, don't box yourself in like that. Don't limit yourself and your scope of thinking. So as I said, let's say you get to $2 million a year. Off that, let's say that you are yielding 8% a year. That is $160,000 a year passively. The truest freedom is when your investment portfolio, as in like your true passive income, that pays for your life.